Performance in mathematics has improved at the primary school level. Students are now more equipped to solve problems and use logic due to the interventions spearheaded by the Ministry of Education. This, according to the ministry, is in part attributed to its numerous interventions aimed at improving performance at the primary level. This is InfoHub in Depth. On this edition, we will examine government's efforts aimed at continuously improving the education sector.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
The Ministry of Education remains committed to revamping the quality of education for all as it continues to facilitate improvements in the education sector by modernizing education, eliminating illiteracy, and strengthening tolerance. The education sector has been allocated a whopping $52.2 billion for 2019, representing a 15.6% increase over its 2018 allocation. The allocation is to address disparities in the education sector, such as bridging the gap between coastal and hinterland education delivery, eliminating the shortage of books in the classrooms for effective learning, and monitoring sector achievements. There are plans for significant investment in analytical work, curriculum reform, robotics, artificial intelligence, the teaching of STEAM subjects, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, and investing in facilities for our youth to be ready for the changing nature of work in an increasingly digital era. There has been an expansion in initiatives such as the distribution of math and literacy kits, as well as the distribution of robotics kits at the primary and secondary levels. This will enhance not only the ICT skills of students, but will also impact positively on their mathematical and general critical thinking skills. The government will, this year, advance works on nursery and primary schools, including those at Chenapaw, Madia, Diamond Grove, Bagottville, and Whitewater, which will all benefit from improved physical conditions and additional classroom spaces for students. Programs to reduce bullying and violence, as well as other social problems in schools, will be expanded to ensure regular school attendance. 2 mobile welfare units were also introduced to expand access to a wider student population and provide greater psychosocial support for the children. Additionally, the school feeding program across the country has expanded with an additional 9,545 students slated to benefit in 2019. This program has been shown to be pivotal to improving school attendance and enhancing learning in the absence of hunger, and is part of President Granger's 5Bs initiatives, which provides buses, boats, bicycles, books, and breakfast for students free of cost in all 10 administrative regions. Reflective in the $43.1 billion 2017 budgetary allocation was the coalition government's continued emphasis on the delivery of quality education across all levels. The government's annual allocation to the sector is in recognition of the definitive role that is expected to play in changing the country's development trajectory. It also recognizes that there are problems which beset the sector, which must be tackled at the core, beginning from early childhood through to university and beyond, to ensure that the quality of the education afforded to the citizens is in keeping with what is needed for the nation to advance and compete within the global economy. Towards this goal, the government is investing heavily in the education sector to create a better, more skilled and holistic labor force. Together with the President's 5Bs program, these measures are expected to result in improved attendance, attentiveness, and productivity. To address issues of overcrowding and facilities improvements, over $3.5 billion has been allocated to construct, extend, rehabilitate, and maintain schools, teachers' quarters, and other buildings. Within this, several new schools are slated for completion, including Yurung Paru and Hiowa Nursery Schools in Region 9, Bamia Nursery and Primary in Region 10, and Baramita Nursery in Region 1. This investment is intended to afford the students opportunities to be gainfully employed in the future.
Thousands of learners, parents, and teachers across the Essequibo Coast will benefit from improved learning environments with more than 20 schools slated for rehabilitation in the Pomeroon-Supinam region.
While some schools will receive extensions, others will receive new buildings, labs, and other infrastructural upgrades. Projects to be implemented include extension of the Adventure Annex, as well as the construction of living quarters at Kabukaburi and St. Monica Primary Schools. This serves as direct testimony to the government's commitment to developing educational infrastructure, curriculum delivery, student involvement, and other educational initiatives.
And we cannot, in earnest, be trying to train children for the 21st century if we are using a curriculum that is 2 decades old to do that, because then you're not equipping children with modern skills for a world that they're going to be facing.
Quinita Walrond-Lewis, Project Coordinator, Guyana Early Childhood Education Project. She highlighted the need to tailor the curriculum to suit the current global setting in order to adequately prepare learners. This reformation will impact the standard of education taught in schools and is slated to benefit students from the nursery level up to grade 9.
What we are endeavoring to do through this curriculum is to really put the student at the center of the learning. So we are adopting a more student-centered approach to education. So this means that the education experience will come alive more for children because they're going to be thinking and learning through all of the different modalities through which children inherently think and learn.
The reformed curriculum will facilitate the ministry's push for the development of STEAMs in schools. The local education syllabus has not been reformed since 1976, and these steps taken are considered timely.
Grades 1 and 2 learners will benefit from a modern curriculum set to come on stream in September.
The initiative serves as part of the continued efforts to provide internet connectivity and access to schools across Guyana through the collaborative efforts of the Ministries of Public Telecommunications and Education. The Pataro-Sipruni Region 8 community will have increased access to internet service following the construction of the lab. This new facility is in keeping with the Ministry of Education's mandate to modernize the education landscape, particularly in the hinterland areas, in order to reduce the disparities that exist between the coast and the hinterland. Additionally, a number of schools will be rehabilitated during the remaining months of 2019. According to Education Officer Region 8, Clifton David, Chenapau Primary School is slated for extension, while the Kamana Primary will be reconstructed in its entirety, given its current dilapidated condition.
We also have intentions to address Maikwak Primary, which is also facing some challenges as it relates to decay and termite infestation.
The Region 8 Department of Education also has in its plans the construction of a 38 by 120-foot structure at Kaibarupai Primary, a far-flung community close to the border. Since taking office in 2015, the coalition government through the Ministry of Public Telecommunications and the Ministry of Education has implemented more than 180 ICT hubs, classrooms, and hotspots. Minister Henry reiterated that education is an investment, adding that learners are agents of change for Guyana, and the government needs the support of all its people to ensure development for all.
Scores of Paramakatoy children are slated to benefit from a new information and communications technology lab in the coming months.
Paraquarano, located 14 miles outside of Lethem, received a nursery school for their learners, totaling $13 million.
This morning is particularly important for us, not only as a government, but certainly you, the residents of this community, because you have a brand new school which I believe that once properly utilized will serve in good stead for the development of the children who are currently attending and those that will come after. As a government, we are interested in the development of all of our people, and therefore we will continue to upgrade facilities, build new facilities, and modernize education in each and every community across this country.
Meanwhile, parents in Tapachanga are elated over the construction of a new $14 million Tapachanga annex of the Aaron Primary Nursery School, which serves to reduce the overcrowding of the mother school located in central Lethem. The school can house 80 learners.
Well, I'm so happy for this nursery school that has been built for us and for my children, and it benefits me a lot. It will benefit me a lot because I don't have to walk that far distance to go to Arapaima.
I feel that this school is going to benefit a lot of the children, not only my kid alone, because of the distance most of the children have to go over into Lethem.
The commissioning of these schools is in keeping with the ministry's goal to provide equitable educational opportunities for all.
Hundreds of students in the Upper Takatu Upper Essequibo region now have ease of access and improved learning environments, compliments of the Ministry of Education.
The Education Ministry has built 2 new nursery schools in Perth and Calcutta and 2 new primary schools, the Champagne Primary School and Number 36 Primary School, and has furnished a new information technology classroom at Cortland Primary. These upgraded schools now have an improved delivery of education for the students. Deputy Regional Executive Officer Sherwin Wellington spoke of the importance of education and investing in youth.
The government of Guyana and the regional administration believes in quality education in our region, and as such, they are investing in education. And you could see from our regional budget, education acquire the largest budget allocation in our region since 2016 going onwards. You could see that education over the years, they have been increasing dramatically in order to provide that good working environment for our teachers and our parents.
The cost to construct the Perth Nursery School was $40 million and the Champagne Primary School totaled $13 million. Construction in the $33 million school, which houses 120 students, commenced on August 6, 2018 and was completed on November 6, 2018.
The Ministry of Education continues to promote investment in education by upgrading the country's educational infrastructure nationwide. Just recently, $128 million was expended towards improving school environments in Regions 5 and 6.
This pronouncement was made at the recently concluded Global Education and Skills Forum, hosted in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, which brought together world leaders from the public, private, and social sectors, seeking solutions to achieve education, equity, and employment for all. The minister explained that this action will ensure that every child enrolled in the primary school level will be familiar with the use of robotics and STEM, as the ministry continues its efforts to prepare all Guyanese learners for various paths in education. Dr. Nicolette Henry continuously cites that the integration of information and communication technology ICT into the education system is the key for bridging disparities that exist and for modernizing the sector.
As the Ministry of Education continues its educational interventions in the areas of science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics, and spirituality, STEMs, in order to improve student performance and learning outcomes, Minister of Education Dr. the Honorable Nicolette Henry announced that grade 4 students will see robotics being introduced to their curriculum as early as the new academic year beginning this September.
The Ministry of Education, in its efforts to further improve student performance and achieve greater parental support, engaged grade 6 students and their parents in all 10 administrative regions. Approximately 14,300 learners from all 11 education districts sat the National Grade 6 Assessment on April 17 and 18, 2019. The engagement was meant to ascertain how the ministry can better help parents aid in improved student performance and success. Assistant Chief Education Officer responsible for the Primary Division, Carol Ben, said that the ultimate objective was to hear from the parents about their challenges and to offer support while promoting the ideals of the importance of parental involvement. She stressed that fostering more parent-teacher-student relationships leads to better performance outcomes. The meeting served as a part of a larger initiative of educational interventions by the ministry's primary department, in collaboration with the School Support Unit, headed by the Parent-Teacher Association Coordinator Nadia Hollinsworth and Chief Education Officer Primary Carol Ben. Over the last few months, teams visited the Matukai Sub-District, where they engaged parents and teachers, and at the North Branch of the Education District of Georgetown. Additionally, the ministry held its first round of mock examinations on January 16 and 17, with the intention to expose students to examination conditions, to determine areas for improved performance, and to provide practice for learners preparing to sit the exams. All primary school students countrywide sat the final mock exams on March 28 and 29.
The Education Ministry has committed to grade 6 student performance and the promotion of lifelong learning.
The Ministry of Education is focusing on result-oriented approaches to improve performance among primary school students by using web-based solutions. The ministry is currently expanding its web-based training for head teachers of various primary schools using a program called Analytics. Deputy Chief Planning Officer Nicola Johnston explained that the program, which targets students from grades 2 through 6, began in 2017. The ministry's intention is to aid teachers in using this technology to assist in their respective school improvement planning processes. Also, another remarkable feat of the Education Ministry is the introduction of more special education needs classrooms, schools, and facilities to ensure that all learners are afforded equitable educational opportunities. The SEN classrooms are located in Region 3 at Wales Primary School, in Region 5 at the number 8 Primary, and in Region 4 at the Bedford-Wachting Kwamana Primary School.
Working to ensure 21st century teaching methods and best practices are being employed in our schools, the Education Ministry has employed several programs to stimulate learning through fun.
In the lead up to this year's National Grade 6 Assessment, the ministry had continued its math camps, which saw grade 6 pupils attending classes from 9 hours to 12 hours on Saturdays. The initiative was geared at improving performance in the subject area. Parents and teachers had also raised concerns about the curriculum not being completed on time, a fault the sessions will make up for. Region 4 Education Officer Shahrazad Atkinson cited parents' improved involvement and support for the initiative.
It's well received by the parents. Most parents are cooperating with us to send their children to the maths camp.
The sessions are offered at no cost and therefore are not to be misconstrued for extra lessons. The initiative is expected to see math coordinators and monitors organizing and being actively involved in this exercise, along with teachers from various schools. Math monitor Narpati Mohammed said the children are benefiting from the camp.
They come because they enjoy it, they come because they're learning more. They get individual attention on Saturdays.
The program entails training for teachers in content and methodology for efficient delivery, with over 1,000 teachers being trained in this regard. The government in Guyana has poured substantial resources into the education sector because of its firm belief in the nation's human resources. President David Granger has reiterated his drive for greater educational development to occur because he understands the impact a well-educated populace will have on Guyana's developmental trajectory.
Education is a public service, one that is being provided free of cost from nursery to secondary and very soon may be extended to tertiary. It is the goal of this administration to ensure that there is no barrier to education access and for every child to have access to an equal and quality education whether they live on the coast or the hinterland. This has been InfoHub in Depth. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.